but it's fine. Unless it comes out really good, then I'll keep it. Okay. So for first one we're gonna do, it's gonna be the little wreath. Little wreath, and your wreath in there is bigger. So let's go ahead and just sort out some of the materials that you have. Okay. So for the wreath, you're gonna get your larger ring. You're going to get your, there should be a long piece of ribbon in there. If actually, wait, did I cut that one for you guys? I might need to cut that one. Long piece. No, that one is for the tree. Okay, I'm gonna cut this one for you. So this is gonna be your long piece of ribbon for this wreath. This one?
This string?
This one that I'm giving you.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cut it a little longer just in case. Pass that one down, please.
By the way, I'm Martha. Okay, I'm Martha and
I'm Marie.
Martha Marie. I feel like I've met with you all. Yeah, I remember Martha because I have a good friend named Martha. 2 M's, Martha and Marie. And they've met you too, Marie. That's my sister's middle name is Marie. Maybe the basket.
Okay, so for the ring, for the wreath, sorry, you're gonna take that long one that I just gave you. It's gonna be the big ring, and it's gonna be the smaller little wooden ball. So there's 2 wooden balls. You're gonna use a smaller one, yeah.
Okay.
And we might have to like shove it in the little hole because it's so small, but I have this one too if we need to swap it for the bigger one, okay? And then for this one, the tree, there was that other long one that you pulled out first. That was for that one, the tree, so you can just kind of put it aside. And this cord is a little bit thinner, okay?
Thinner cord. Oh,
And it's the longer one. It's 2 of those, yeah. And one of them, I think I folded it like a little knot, but if you undid the knot, it's fine. So this one, it kind of feels like the rope is thinner. There's a long one and a kind of a shorter one for that, okay? And then the little ring, the wooden flat kind of ring is for the tree, okay? So we'll start from like the easiest to like the more, complicated. Although all of them are fairly beginner friendly, okay? And then the fat cord, this one, is for the angel. So you can just kind of put this stuff aside, right? The small ring is for the angel. The bigger bead is for the angel, and all those extra little shorter pieces of this cotton cord is for the angel as well. So you can just kind of put those aside. There should also be a small piece of like gold and white thread. That's also for the angel. So you can put that aside, and you might need a couple pieces here and there, but we'll just get them. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with the wreath first because that's the simplest one. And so that cord that I just gave you, okay, you're going to be using that one.
It doesn't want to go in the smaller bead, but it will go in, I think, if we push it through the larger bead.
Oh, no, you'll see. You'll see how we do it.
Oh, okay. So
don't worry, we're not there yet. You're getting ahead of me.
I shall not get it.
Okay, so that longer, thicker cord that I just gave you, this one, okay, use that one. I'm going to be using a thinner one just because I'm using the smaller ring. So right now you have the big ring and the thicker thread. Yes, everybody has big ring, thicker thread. Okay. All right, so this is the easiest one, okay? And so we're going to start, it doesn't really matter where we start on here. We just want to leave a little bit of a tail, okay? We don't have to like measure it out.
Your camera's not.
Oh, shoot. Okay, sorry. Thank you. Okay. And then sometimes it's like slides down a little, so it'll just like slowly start angling.
Very cool.
Okay, so we have your little tail of about, I don't know how long this is, maybe 6 inches, just enough to make a knot at the end, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna tie it and just have it hold on to the ring. So we're just gonna tie this, leave a little tail like that, okay? This cord that you guys, this is kind of the basic size cord that you'll use for macrame. So if you were to go to like a craft store and get it, it's about, I don't know, 5 or 6 millimeters wide. And what's nice is that this can break up into those smaller sections. Okay. So if at any time you feel like the cord is like too much or too thick, you could just break it up into smaller pieces, but this should be the right thickness for your ring, okay? All right, does everybody have this just kind of tied on here? The ring? Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to place both of these ends on one side, okay?
That long enough?
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're going to take the longer end, right? And we're going to go under and out. So it's like this. Okay. So one more time. And a lot of the steps are really just watching it several times before you get the hang of it. Okay. And doing it several times. Then after a while, you kind of just remember. So again, I just kind of pulled it through. And it's making like a little ear on the end, okay? A really long ear. Okay. You got it. So again, one more time. I have both. You want to make sure you start with both strings on the left-hand side, okay? It's going under the ring, right? And pulling this out. So the like ear is kind of like on the top, resting on the top of the ring, okay? All right, then we just go through getting your fingers like you're pinching something and just bring that rope all the way through. Mhm. You see? It should look like a little loop with a little string coming out of them. Makes sense? Okay. And that's basically, you just repeat that a million times. Okay. So we're going to take this in again, make sure we start on the side, right? Under, make it like an ear, and then grab the rope through the loop and pinch it out. Right? Again, keep going. So you just go under, make the ear, pinch through the ear, pull it out. Okay.
We're doing that for me.
And as you're going, you can kind of like, you know, just gently kind of squish them together a little bit, but you know, you could leave them more open and that could be your design. So it's up to you how you want it to kind of look. Okay. Of course, if you have different colors of macrame, you can kind of go nuts with it and do a green wreath or whatever. This one has like a gold thing on it, but this one looks like it's just wrapped around.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. Okay, so again, I'm going under, making the ear, pulling it out.
I'm not sick, but I'm just, the cough lingers. But I had a little cold, so I'm not, I would never come by myself.
It's okay.
I've had it, so. Yeah, so it's just the end of, you know, when the cough kind of hangs around. Not contagious.
So macrame is one of those great things that you can just kind of like sit and watch TV and do. It's, you know, of course, when you're learning, it's like, kind of tricky. You're almost done? Oh, you ran out?
I'm gonna run out.
Okay, so we'll just pass around. And so what you can do, and it's very forgiving. You just tie it.
Together, or you?
Yeah, and here's the thicker scissors.
And then you just tie it to the previous one? How do you hide the knot?
You just put the knot, well, what you could do is just, you could also just cut it and kind of tie a knot over the other one to just cover it up. So for example, let's say I cut this right here, right?
And just enough to get to the end of this, right? That's all we need. We don't just to get the end of it.
Yeah, that's fine. And we can even use another kind of thread, a thinner one to make this the string coming up. Okay. So you could just, let's say you didn't have enough string, right? You can just kind of leave it like this. See how it kind of attaches to that little loop. Okay. And it just kind of tucks in. And then what I like to do is just kind of like on the next part, just kind of cover that so it tacks it down. And then, you know, if you have a hot glue gun or just regular glue, you can just put a little dab, just make sure it doesn't come loose. So whenever you run out, you know, obviously you want to try to measure it so that you have enough, but if you ever run out, it's really easy to just kind of like
Tie the little strings together.
tuck the
We
rope
could braid
in.
them together.
You could braid them together, yeah, that would make it very like fancy.
Well, it's just because there's three.
Yeah, so even this little tail right here, all we would have to do is just cut it and like it fits right in between these little, so it's not very hard to fix those little things. Okay. So I just keep going around, making the ear, pinching it through. The ear. Okay, and you know, as like I said, just kind of scooch them together a little bit as you go.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, I just did a big old knot, but that's probably not the way to do it.
Let me see. Oh, I see.
That's not very, that's all, be hidden. Maybe I should just,
Yeah, so what I would do is just not knot it. And then here, so like, where's the new one? Like this, right? Oh, this way, okay. See how this loop ends right there?
Mhm.
Okay, so just pull it tight, so it holds it, right? And just leave that for now. And then just start a new knot. I'm just
Oh.
tying it like regular.
oh, okay. So, and I just have two tails right now.
Right now I have two tails, and then later
Cool.
you
Bigger.
just tuck it in, cut it, and then just tuck it in like in between these two little pieces. See, it'll just kind of hide in there.
Okay, look like a glue gun or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then, so here, then you can just keep going.
So,
Hey, Martha.
Yeah.
so you just tie it like we did to begin with?
Yes. Yes. You good with yours, Marie? If you do look up any macrame projects, there are like names for these knots and like there's a whole list of a million kinds of knots you can make. So I don't know the name of all of those, so I'll just make up my own as I go along. So if you see those out there, just, you know, they're not gonna match.
I looked last night on, so,
Oh, you did?
yeah.
Oops, I messed one up. Yeah, and then people say like some of the names have like 3 different names, and I'm like, what? What's the point of memorizing these if they're not all like standard, right? Okay, so there's my end there. Let's see if I can finish it with this side. I'm gonna undo this knot just so it's seamless or more streamlined. So if you go back to that first knot and you need a little bit more, you know, you left that extra tail, you could kind of like try to use that one to help you finish it up if you need a little bit of it, just to give you some extra. So hopefully I can use this and not have to attach another string. Okay, wait. This one.
Was it the second?
The second piece is too.
May not have been big enough.
Oh, okay.
Smart. Takes up more than you think when you scrunch them up.
Yeah, exactly. And when you're, you know, especially when you're first doing it, it's hard to gauge like how much rope you actually need. Okay, so I'm just gonna tie these off.
It's not
since
even near enough.
I already made one that was nice, so I'm gonna hide the uglier one and just show you guys the nicer one. Let me see how you guys are doing.
Rather than have to do it. Like,
Yeah, that's fine. There's plenty of this, so if you need more.
I don't, yours is real pretty. It's good.
Okay, I see what happened here. Hold on. This one, it looks like there was a step that was missed right here. So let me just go back on this one. Oh, okay, yeah. Because when you do a regular knot, it's not the same like pattern, right? So if you go back, then you kind of have to like try to make that same pattern going the same place. That one.
Do they have this cord anywhere?
Yeah, this one I got at I think Hobby Lobby, but I did see them at Michael's too. So you can also order it online. I don't know which one's cheaper. They're both the same.
So thank you for helping me.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll try to
Good.
cast on.
How's it going with yours?
I'd like a little bit.
Okay, so then this cord that we started with, this is the beginning, right?
Uh-huh.
So we can just use this cord to kind of finish it. So I'm gonna pull this out. And, you know, if you didn't want to mess with this, you could literally just put another loop in here, you know, and just make the cord. So, but since we have a knot right here, I'm just gonna undo it so it's just more flat. You tied it like super tight. All right, so I'm just undoing this knot. And it's almost like you kind of have to think in reverse, right? 'Cause it's like, all right, how did I make the ear? So this ends up going under, make the ear.
So what you were saying earlier, Kingsport wants to pay for your instructor fees and we just pay for supplies, like the senior center will pay?
The people that want to take the class.
Yeah, they said they want to make it more affordable so that we just pay for supplies, but then you still get paid for your instructing fees by
Yes.
from the center. That's what I'm
From the
wondering.
grant, not the center.
From the
grant.
grant.
From
Is there a grant?
the grant,
Oh, there's a grant.
yeah.
That's
So
what
because
it is.
we got a grant,
That's nice.
yeah, it's
We used to have a grant that paid everything.
Right.
We had to pay anything for summer.
yeah. And then, I mean, I think it's great that they paid for everything. And then, but then sometimes those classes would be like huge, like it would be like a bunch of people.
Right.
And like,
Were they really?
it was fine because there was a bunch of people in them, but, and you know, we would have like 16, 20 people even sometimes for the needle felting classes. I'm redoing this one.
We're renting temporarily in Elizabethton while we're trying to look for a place to live.
Oh,
It's
okay.
$75 for me to join Kingsport for a year. Just the joining fee.
Oh, really?
My husband was, I don't know, half that or less, just because he's already, I don't know, silver sneaker dude or something.
Yeah, part of it. It
That's
depends
what
on
it's
where you
called.
live and stuff, so.
Yeah, because we're not in Kingsport.
Yeah. So
Don't they have a-
so that's pretty.
Yeah, that's nice.
Don't they have a senior center in Elizabeth?
Yeah, but it's very tiny and it doesn't do very
There you
much.
go. Sorry. Just had it off there.
I mean, I don't want to say they don't, they help like elderly people. I've seen people there hang out now, but they don't have much activities because it's a very small center.
Okay, so all those little tails, you can just trim and tuck them in to wherever you want to tuck them into, okay? And so if you guys want, I can plug in the hot glue gun, but I figure at the end, we can just kind of hot glue everything.
Sure.
Just go there. Okay, so for the string on the wreath, you know, you can use a little bit of the color ones, or I just got this new ribbon. So,
You have a finished one for us to look at, or
yeah, this one,
we can see what we're.
well, these are not the same technique. Here, I'll put them up.
Because
here
we're
so you
doing
can
the
see
wreath
it.
right now, not the angel.
You're doing the wreath. So like if
Gotcha.
you wanted to do a little bit of the ribbon, that's the ribbon that I have for it. And then this is the one that you guys made. Okay, I was gonna show you guys this one, but this is a trickier knot. So I
Yeah.
was trying to do
tricky.
it and I keep forgetting how to do it too. So I'm like, why am I gonna bother? So, you know, at the end, we can decorate all of these and put the glue on and everything. So we can open these up and stuff. But for right now, I'm just gonna show you guys the tree and then we'll finish these, okay?
Okay.
So that way, if you wanted to use the smaller thread to put the ball on, it's not gonna be as thick as this, right? Okay. Right, so let's just set this one aside for now and then we'll kind of decorate it a little later, okay? And then, we're gonna go ahead and do the tree. And, oh man, I forgot to bring masking tape to this. You know what, let me see, actually, I don't think anybody's in the office right, oh no, maybe there aren't. Would you mind
Wait.
going and asking her if she has any masking tape? Or just regular tape?
Okay, masking tape regular.
Yeah, so for the tree, go ahead and get the little flat disc and get the cord that looks like this, that's a little bit thinner. Those two pieces, a long one and a short one. So I'll just get this piece that I have here. Yeah, it helps to just have these taped down as you're working because it just makes it easier. So, but I forgot to bring my tape. As always, I forget something.
We need the long one or the short?
You need both of them, okay? But I am cutting mine because I don't have any, so. Actually, wait, I think I do have some in here. So I made a kit for myself, I just. Okay,
Here you go, they have some.
perfect.
And we're doing the angel too, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do the angel. Right now, we're just doing the
We
tree.
get a bonus one, okay.
Yeah, we're doing 3. Okay, so I'm gonna get a piece of tape, but you guys go ahead and get a long piece of tape. And for this one, we're gonna take the smaller rope.
You say long piece of tape, how long do you recommend?
I just 2 big pieces.
Oh, two pieces?
Yeah, well, a long piece and then I just cut it in half, right? Okay, so we're gonna take the rope after you guys get your tape. And you are going to take this and push it through this little ring. And I actually have this.
And it's the long one you want us to use right now?
No, the shorter one.
Short one, got it.
Okay. The shorter one is gonna be used, and this is gonna be used for the center of like the Christmas tree, okay? And so what you wanna do is just attach it on there so it's halfway, okay? So these ends are lined up there, pulling it through. And then I'm gonna just tape this top part.
To get it through.
Actually, before I tape it, I'm gonna knot it.
Lift it. Or twist it, yeah.
Yeah, I use a little coffee stick, but here's a little metal dotting tool if you guys want to try to use that to shove it in there.
And it's pretty too.
And you can just make a little knot right here, like a very basic tie, and then tape it on your table. So I'm just gonna tie it. Again, I put the cord halfway, okay? Just tie it like that, and then I'm just gonna tape it down. There. Okay. For you guys to get that all ready. Okay, and then you want to take the other piece of tape and tape it along the bottom. So I'm just gonna put it kind of on the end of mine. And you want to make it not taped down too tight, okay? Just kind of like relax the rope and then just tape it down on the bottom. So it's taped down right there at the end of the table. It's kind of out of the way. And this rope is going to be longer than really what you need, so don't worry about it. It's okay. It's fine if it's a little uneven, just because we're not gonna make it we're not gonna make a super long tree, okay? The tree, once we're done, is gonna be something like this, okay? And so this tail, we're gonna end up cutting it off and making this little tassel-y part, okay? All right, then you're gonna take your longer string, and I try to cut these about, I don't know, like 3 feet or so, okay? So they should be about, I don't know, an arm's length, like if you were to hold it out and stretch your arms out. And then what you want to do with this is place it underneath the two strings and place it in the middle. So I kind of like to go up, just make sure they're even. Oh yeah, and also you don't have to do this, but a trick too when you're working, you could work and put a little bit of glue on the end so this doesn't unravel. Or if you want to steal a little piece of this masking tape, this one's already really frayed, so that's why I wanted to do it for this one. Okay, so that way it just doesn't unravel. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna just place the middle section, okay, at the top. Let me see if this can focus. Autofocus, come on. Okay. All right. So this is called a, well, again, multiple names, right? My husband likes to call this a monkey fist. And then this is also used to make a slip knot for like bracelets, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get one side and make an ear on one side, okay? Okay.
No,
Then you're gonna take your other string and cross it over. And see how it's kind of like a number 4 that's like sideways? It's just crossing it over, right?
okay.
Okay. Got it? All right. Then there's a couple of different ways you can think about this, whatever's easier, okay? If you think about it, this end of the 4, right, is going to be scooping underneath and coming out that loop, okay? So you can think about it as it like dips under through the loop and out, okay? That's one way you think about it. Let me do it again real quick. Okay, so the number 4, right? Or if it's easier, you can think about it as you're going in, just like we did before, right? You're pinching in the ear, grabbing that and pulling it out. So whatever makes it easier for you to remember. Okay. Okay, you want to see it one more time? And a lot of this, again, is just trying to get the hang of the step, okay? So again, I just started it, made one ear on one side, right? This rope went over to the top, okay? This one goes over to make the number 4, right? Okay, and then I can grab this string. This is gonna go under all of them and out through. Does everybody have that? Okay, and you just want to pull this one tight, and this one we want to push it all the way up to the top of that. Okay. All right. So instead of making the same thing, the ear on one side, you're gonna flip the ear to the other side. Okay. So we're flipping the ear. Again, this is gonna go on top. Now this number 4, we're kind of making it this way. Okay. Crossing over again, going on top of that one. So whenever we do this, we're just going to alternate sides, switching, okay? And then I'm going to kind of do this pinching motion, pulling it through, tightening it up. If you do forget which side you're on, because right now it looks the same, then it's not a big deal if you accidentally do the same loop twice. It's just going to look like slightly off, barely noticeable, okay? All right, so we did the left, right, okay? So now we're going to left again. Here. Crosses over it to make a 4.
I thought we were ready to do the right side on.
Oh, we did the right side. We started with the left side.
Oh,
We're on the right. This is the regular 4, so the backwards. We just start on the side.
I don't know. So do it on the left then now? I thought we just did that, but I may be wrong.
Oh, well,
Okay.
whichever one you're on. So, and again, if you miss one of the sides, it's not the end of the world. It'll just have a little slight variation in the weave of it, but it's not going to make it messed up or anything. Okay. So this is going to go under. Again, I can pinch it. Pull it out across. Okay, and I already forgot, so that was the left, so again, right. And of course, you can always undo it, right? You can always just undo it if you make it doubled. Okay. So again, I'm making the ear on the right-hand side this time, crossing it over, and then makes the number 4. And putting that from underneath. Pull it out. Okay. All right. Okay, so I think that's enough. We want to make sure we make the top of the tree. Okay. So don't go too far. Okay. Now the one that you just made, I want you to kind of loosen up a little bit. Okay. And see how this is going to be like the first ring of the tree. Okay. And if you want to, you can just kind of widen the tip just a little bit. Just because right now it's not tight. So we can just kind of wiggle it out just a little. Okay.
What do you mean about the tip? Oh, the one right above this
Yeah,
little loop.
because we made like 2 of these, right?
Yeah.
And then so I'm just kind of
We
wiggling
could
this
make a
out.
little top twig branch.
Yeah, I just like to leave a little bit of space. Just because when we smush it all up, it kind of like presses too close to the top, but it's fine. Okay, so that's gonna be the first kind of like step of the tree, right? Okay, so we're gonna keep going with this pattern, but we're gonna make one normal one and then make one loose one to make the next layer.
Okay.
Okay, so right now I just didn't like, if I were to do it all the way, I would have pulled this all the way tight, right? But instead of doing that, I'm just leaving it a little bit like light. Okay, and then but the next one that I do, I want it to be tight so it actually holds it in place. Okay, so on this one it was on the left side. So on this one, it's going to be on the right. Crossing over, and I think I'm going to take this into, because it's starting to get frayed.
And you want us to pull that one tight because it's in between.
Yes.
This one goes
So the ones in between, you just want to pull it tight. So I'm going to pull through. And this one I'm pulling tight. Okay. And when you pull it tight, you might accidentally pull it a little smaller, right? So you can just kind of like, okay, make sure it's like there. You can even kind of hold it down and just pull it. So you want this one to be the first one. I would say like this is like 3/4 of an inch coming off, right? On the side. Okay. So now we have a loose one and then we have a tight one. Okay. We're okay? Okay, that's fine. Take your time with it. Instead of crossing it on this side, remember this is gonna go this way and you pull. Oh my God, that llama is adorable.
Isn't it? Yes.
Oh, I smushed it against the bedpost and it up.
Like your food or?
No, it just a tendon. It didn't break anything. Thank goodness. It just like, I don't know, folded or something, strained it. Okay. All right.
Oh, did you wait on it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I just don't want to make sure you were good here. So actually, what I'm gonna have you do, just so you're on the same step, is I'm gonna pull yours out from what we just did. This is all we just did right
Okay.
now, okay? And then this one was coming out that way, so the loop was on this side, right? So now we're just gonna do one more. Cross the number 4 over, right?
Uh-huh.
And then we're gonna slide it
Okay,
through and under, and that's all we did.
okay.
So we did a loose one, and then this one we did kind of tight. And so for this one, to make it tighter, I kind of had to pull on both. See? Kind of like pulling the top and the bottom so it doesn't mess it up, right?
Okay.
And so that's the step we're on right now.
All right.
Okay, no problem. Are you shopping over there?
No, I just couldn't help but look.
I know. So much good stuff. And I've bought so much stuff already, so every time I come in, I'm like, don't look at the stuff, don't look at it.
Right?
What's that jar down there?
The jar, I
The snack
see it.
jar.
The
The basket with the snack jar in it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it's.
Okay.
so from this one, okay, we have a loose one and a tight one. So now the next loose one that we're gonna make, and by the way, the loose ones, the loop is on the left, okay?
Well, that's a good way to
So,
figure it out.
yeah, loop is on the left because that's just the way that we had started it, okay? So I'm gonna make this loop a little bit wider. And again, this one, we don't have to press it up all the way right now. It can be kind of loose up here, okay? So this one, we just want it to be a little bit wider. And I'm gonna cross this one over, making that number 4, right? And then again, a mistake, a common mistake is that people cross this and then they get confused and then they start looping in the wrong way, right? So just again, make sure you make this number 4 and the string goes down, okay? Then the string, you want to pinch it, pulling it through. Oops, I pulled it too much. Okay, so we want this to be loose on both sides, making the next step of the tree, right? So just leave it kind of like that. And then the one on the right is going to be the tighter one, right? So the right is tight. Sounds weird. And I'm going to cross this one over. Pull it through so it goes diagonally up through that one. And again, as I'm pulling this tight, I just kind of want to hold down that loop that I just made.
With your
Just
fingers.
Yeah, with my fingers, or just, you know, as you're pulling. And if you do accidentally pull it too tight, you can just kind of pull it outwards. Okay. So you should have these like almost like a butterfly shape.
I remember that.
Yeah, I know.
Left loose, right tight.
Oh.
Yeah, I made the first one that I made was not this one. I messed up the first one that I made.
What'd you say about the first one you made?
Oh, when I was making it the first time, I kept switching the sides and I messed it up. So this one is actually like the first decent one I made.
Oh, that's good. Now we continue the pattern.
Yes. So if you know, we need some help, I can help you, okay? But if you're gonna continue, okay, we're just gonna make the loop, the next one a little bit bigger, right? So a little
Now,
bit.
do we push them up later to look?
Yeah,
good?
later. You can push it up later.
Is it okay if I push, I've actually kind of been pushing them up now, is that okay? Or should I wait?
Just wait, it's fine.
Okay. All right, wait.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this one a little bit bigger. And again, it doesn't have to be super, like a lot larger. It can just be a little bit bigger. Okay.
Okay.
I'll help you out if you need some help, but I think it looks like you're okay though.
The loop should be on the left. this
Yeah.
time. Okay.
So the looser one is on the left, right? Then we're gonna cross this one over the top, kind of making that number 4 right there. Okay. And then I'm gonna slide that under and out.
Yeah.
Under and out, and I'm gonna make sure it's still loose. So you have it just kind of like these 3 bumpy.
Snowman.
It kind of looks like a snowman right now, yeah. This one's actually the trickiest knot that we'll do. So the other one and the angel is actually just like what we did before, so it's easier in a way, even though there's a lot more steps.
Pull that one.
Okay, so again, the tight one is on the right, so I'm gonna make it going across, bringing it through that hole. And I'm just kind of adjusting
Okay,
it.
sorry, I couldn't quite see because it's, yeah, but the loop goes to the left on this one now?
Okay, so the one that we just did, the loose one, right?
Yeah, the camera's not quite, yeah. Okay,
Okay, was like that, right? So
Yeah.
then that was the loose one. So I'm gonna make the one that's tight. I'm gonna make this smaller just because I know already that it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's gonna be smaller anyway.
okay, got it.
So I'm making the ear like on this side.
Yep.
Number 4. Oh, wait. Oh, I see what you're saying here for the camera.
That's the type. Got it.
Come on, camera. Okay. And then I'm going underneath all of them. Okay, and before you kind of pull it too much, you want to just hold it down on the top here as you tighten it. Okay. So now you have like 3 of these, okay? And you're gonna keep going until your rope just kind of runs out. Okay, so I'm gonna make another one, a little bit bigger than the last one. The loose one is on the left, so I know this one's gonna be loose. Okay. And so after this one, I probably just have enough for one more, or for one more knot, and that's it. Okay. And pulling it tight. Okay. So on mine, you know, I don't have any more room. I don't know if you guys have a longer string or not, but mine, I don't have enough. So on that last tight one that I made, then you can just start sliding these all up. So I'm gonna just, you know, hopefully you didn't make it super tight. You're just gonna start sliding these up so they come together. And so you can smush them together, but sometimes, you know, they overlap a little bit. So I kind of like to like,
Don't over smooth.
you don't have to over smush it for it to look like the tree. So something like this. Of course, when it hangs naturally, it might drape over, you know, the other one, but like, especially as it gets towards the bottom. Okay. Like on this one, when I made it, I kind of wish I would have left a little bit more space,
Yeah,
but you know, it's up to you really how you want it to look. I mean, I think if it has a couple little gaps in here, it's actually fine. Okay. And so if you wanted your tree to be a little bit like bigger or longer, you can, but you know, for this, it's pretty much the size. Did you guys had enough string, right?
yeah, I got 4 loops.
Yeah. So again, just kind of space them out a little bit. Tighten them up like the little knots in the middle. Just kind of make sure they're all tight before you kind of finish off this ornament. So just kind of making sure everything is like, looks like it's secure in here. So if somebody would like, I don't know, mess with it or whatever, it wouldn't like just fall apart. Okay, so everything looks kind of secure in there. And then I'm just gonna knot these like a regular tie. So I'm just kind of make one more knot to make the base of the tree. And then this is just gonna become the tassel, okay? So after I knot this, I'm gonna cut off anything extra.
You only knotted it once, right? Just the little shoe tie once?
I did the knot, the ending knot, you know, like the finishing
You
one.
just did one tie?
And then I just did one more knot on top of that.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, if you wanted to put another knot or you have extra rope, that's fine. And then again, if you wanted to put at the end like a little dab of glue or whatever, just to secure it in place, you can. Okay. And then you guys have a comb out there. I think I just brought 2 combs. So you can just start to kind of comb out some of this little frizz. And I like this rope because when you do unravel it, it has like a little perm. To look like a little perm, okay? Okay, and then, you know, to decorate this one, I would maybe put a little ribbon at the very bottom of this, like maybe I would get a little bit of a green and red and put it on the very bottom. Or you could do something at the top and put like, you know, something at the top there. Especially because this little tip of the tree has a little bit of space, so maybe I would do like a little bow at the top of the tree. Okay, but I'll show you guys some of the things you can do. So that's gonna be yours. If you guys wanted to use this one just to see the difference, it's just the macrame brush that they have for specifically for macrame, but you can just use a regular comb if you have it
Yeah,
at
that
home.
works even better. doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just kind of nice that it's like stiff.
It doesn't seem to be as hard on the yarn or.
Kind of not that you put it there, you know, that's really.
Oh yeah, I just did a regular like a regular knot. Okay, so the angel is the next one that we'll do.
Like, they're still got a comb.
Oh yeah, well the other combs are fine. I mean the other
No, but-
ones will work.
Do it now.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna start it yet.
Oh,
I'm just laying out the material.
okay.
Don't worry.
I'm
Just so
not
you
sure
guys
about
can all
mine.
see it.
About this last part.
Okay, let me take a look.
You guys have to do it.
So I
Yeah, you're right. So then here, this goes under and out, right?
Yeah.
Under and out. So this one's just a little bit more loose. And then you're fine. This last one is the tighter one. So then this can cross over. Make the final one that's a little bit tighter.
push him up
And then squish them up again.
and then tie another knot. Just
I would just do one more knot and then you can cut it right there. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to press them up too high or else you're gonna shorten your tree up quite a bit. All right. Give you guys a minute to finish off that one. And again, we'll decorate at the end, so we'll add a little something like maybe I'll just put a little green bow or something at the top of it, or you
I
can put,
find that if I turn this over, it's a little bit long at the top, so if I put it like that.
Oh, yeah,
It looks
you
a
want
little bit more
short.
balanced, okay?
I just left room so you could put like a bow or
Did you just do
something.
that now?
This is the one I made right now.
Okay, so you did the extra knots too. Oh,
Yeah.
the little bow is cute.
Yeah, I just wanted some room to put something up there. That's fine.
Oh, well, I guess I'll see
Okay.
whether I want to do that. But at least I can do that.
Okay, and over here, I'm just sorting out the next kind of strings we'll use, just because there's a couple steps to prepare them.
so what, when you get that done, then what do we do?
Oh,
Okay,
then you can
and-
just start laying out, oh,
Put this together, then we'll cut across here.
I thought you were on the next one.
Then, this is, I find this is, like, these are okay, but this works so fast, we can fold these out until it ends up looking like that.
Okay.
And it works really well, it's like it's designed for macrame, that looks real nice.
Yeah, that comb, huh?
Yeah, that's special. Makes it so.
I wasn't gonna buy one, but then I actually tried one time and I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah, but that was your mistake, you tried it, right?
I know, but I'll buy it. Well, I mean, the comb was like $5 or $6, so it's not too bad.
It's not bad at all. I expected that to be more, actually.
Mhm. Yeah, I got it on.
And then I just.
I don't know, Hobby Lobby or something.
But you don't have any.
So if I didn't want it that long, I could just.
Yeah.
cut it off.
Yeah, I had to trim mine a little bit.
Okay.
It's fun, Sonia, you're such a good instructor.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys are understanding what I'm saying. Okay, I really like this angel one. When I saw the angel, I was like, oh, I love it. I have to do this angel.
It does
So-
look really cool. If you could help us to do that, that'll be.
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
And again, this one's easier than the one you just did,
Wow.
because that knot is just a little tricky. Okay, so how are we doing? Can you guys get the string that you just cut off from the bottom of that tree one? And just get that. So we're gonna just kind of use that one.
I mean, This little thing?
Yeah, I think if it's long enough, let's see.
No longer?
No, never mind. There should be these two pieces of string in your kit. So let's see if we can find all the parts, okay? You should have your little gold and white string, okay? You should have a couple pieces of these two of a thinner rope, okay? The really thick rope. And then I think 6 pieces of these the whiter cotton ones. If you guys are missing one of those, we can just cut some more. I have plenty. I have extra of this longer one if you guys need. Oh yeah, that's fine. You can use that too. Okay.
Okay,
So
wait,
in some of yours, you have a string that has been cut like this. It's been unraveled.
Yeah.
Do you guys have that? Yes. Okay, then that's fine. Okay. So I think I put that one in there just instead of this rope. So that's fine. Okay. So let's take that one
Sorry to
string.
interrupt for a second,
Yes.
but I've got 6 of these,
Uh-huh.
got one of these, one of this, I've got this
This
one that
wiggle
you're
thing.
holding. I don't have those 2 smaller ones unless it's my leftovers. Is this okay? By the way, the length of the,
We
those
don't even
ones?
need these really, actually.
oh,
So let's just put those aside. All right.
sounds good.
Okay, let's take your one wiggly rope that's like a piece of that longer one, okay? And we're gonna use this and we're going to put it through. We're gonna put the ball through. So this might,
Which
Large-
size? Yeah.
Larger hole.
the larger ball, yeah. The
largest.
smaller ball was what we wanna put on this wreath, okay, the first one? You could
Oh, okay.
you could put the smaller ball, but because I made this angel with a smaller head, I feel like this size head would be a little bit better proportionally.
I
See?
need a different, I don't have a whole lot of it.
Oh, here you go. Whoops.
So proportionately, you would like us to use the smaller ball?
No, the bigger ball.
Bigger ball?
Yeah, bigger
Okay.
ball.
Bigger
And
ball.
also the bigger ball has a larger hole through it, or it should have a hole. This one doesn't. So your rope can actually go through it. Okay.
Very good.
So if you get macrame like specific wood beads, they'll be thicker openings. So just keep that in mind. Like if you're at the craft store, sometimes you'll get the tiny ones and the hole is so small you can't even. Okay. All right. So we're putting this little ball.
If you twist it, it should put it through something.
Yeah, that's another way to help keep the
Okay.
string intact. But for this, we're not going to be doing so much with it. So it's okay if we don't do anything. All right. So I'm putting the ball kind of like halfway through here. And then this ring, we're just going to place on top. Okay. And then we're going to loop it so that it goes. You guys have like this? So we're just putting this other string back the other way. Okay. And I'm going to take this little brush and just shove it through. Okay. So it's kind of nice that this bead has a little bit of a bigger opening.
Piece of paper around it.
If you want to put a little piece of tape to keep it from unraveling, you can, but we're not going to be doing too much with this one. So it's not like super essential. Yeah. Okay. So does everybody have their head on their ring? Somewhat. I know it's like a minute, takes a minute to shove a little rope through. If you have like a long set of thin tweezers, that's what I used, and it's just like so much easier. Okay, so for this, we're gonna put a knot on here, but we kind of want the knot to like tuck into this opening of this hole. So I'm gonna take these out, and I'm just gonna tie a regular, like tie these two like a regular knot. Just one over the
So
other.
your string should be even.
Yes, your string should be pretty much even at this point. So if you need to pull it out to make it even like this, you can kind of think about it that way. And I just want this knot to just be like, just kind of tuck it into that little opening. And then place it back kind of how it was. So it's like laying across. All right, it's okay. We can, you know.
Takes time. Yep.
I think.
Okay, so
You
then this
do.
one, what I want you guys to do is just like twist these together, almost like you're making a rope again. Just twist them together, just so it's a little bit thinner. Okay, and then when we get to the top, we're just gonna put one underneath, just so it looks like kind of like one rope coming up, not two. And-
Oh, wait, so it's supposed to incorporate, I see. It's supposed to twist before and after the edge of the loop.
You don't have to twist it after.
Well, see, mine is like this, but I need to actually put one underneath. One strand underneath, right?
Under here, you mean?
No, on your side.
A knot right here?
Yeah, if you lift up your ring. Yeah, see, I didn't do that. I didn't separate it. I have to put one on the bottom and one on the top. I got,
Oh, yes, yes, you're right. Okay.
that's what I did.
Yes, so if you twist it, you know, it's together, right? I see what you're saying. So then, right, I'm gonna lay it flat. And yes, you're right. I'm gonna put one part underneath. And one part on top, so it's like this. Okay, you guys see that? Then we can just tie it like a normal knot up here. And this is just gonna be like the handle or the. And just tie this, you know, tight so that this rope is not super loose, but also like make sure the head is in the middle, okay?
Do you double knot it?
Yes, I would double knot it just because it's gonna come loose otherwise. All right, nice and tight right there. Okay. So now we have the head and the arms are like around the head. Okay, and then, since we're already here, I also put a knot at the very top of this. But some people like to change the color of the top hanging cord, so that's up to you. I'm just gonna tie it already. Just so it's,
Oh, this is gonna be the hanging cord.
yeah, this is to hang the ornament.
Mine's not very long.
Yes.
And like I said, if it's not long, that's okay. You can always attach another color ribbon or something on it. Wow, I just messed up this knot. I don't know why, but for some reason it's just like stuck there. Okay. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, all right, are we okay?
So is this the way it hangs up? Like
That's
that?
fine, because then we can attach a smaller
Okay.
ribbon for it.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so take your fat rope and start just unraveling it. Okay,
All the way.
all the way. We can put these ones aside too, the other parts, and just give yourself some space in here. Okay.
That was satisfying. Would you like to give me 20 more of these?
I know, right?
Quick and easy.
So unravel this, and then you also want to start to unravel the rope itself, but line it up so they're all like together. And then with a comb, just starting from the ends, start brushing out the rope. So we're trying to get this longer piece. So I would even recommend just kind of pinching it while you're brushing it out with any of those combs.
And you recommend pinching it just to kind of keep them together and
Yeah, I'm just kind of holding it on one
and you
side.
want it to be all kind of individual strands by the time we're done?
Yes, all
Oh,
individual.
like that. I can see the top left. That's
Yeah.
what we're going for.
This is the part that we're looking for here. So all of this is unraveled.
And so both, like all the way up this way too?
Yeah.
Okay, so turn around to the other side.
Right. How far up?
All the way. You
Both
can,
sides.
you can just hold it right here in the middle as you're doing it, just to grip it. But you want to unravel it. And I don't have a comb. Yes. Is there a comb that's not being used? You guys are using a comb. That's fine. Anyway. I'll just wait.
It's a longer process than the other one.
Yeah. But there's not a lot of knot work in this. It's just kind of getting it
Yeah.
attached and stuff.
It's like taking knots out of your daughter's hand.
I do, but it. We'll wrap it around.
Yeah, but I'll show you guys. So once you're done brushing it out all the way through, right? Even the middle part, you want to brush it out. So you want it to be one long piece of like thick unraveled rope.
Rapunzel's hair.
Yeah, I'll pass that brush around too, so other people can see kind of what it's,
You said brush?
yeah, that comb, so
Yeah.
that you can try it, you know.
I will here, let's Cheryl, I'll use that to frustrate you. It's actually worse. It just takes a
Yeah,
bit
it
longer.
works. It's just for some reason, it just doesn't grip it the right way or something.
Yeah, it's good though, just to start it even with the other ones. It's not so bad actually with the regular coloring.
Mhm.
I think the. I think that was.
No,
All right.
I guess depends how, like it's still got some twist to it. I guess, do you want it to look just like that? The
It doesn't
angel?
have to be super straight. It'll kind of like calm down as you're working with it. So if it's a little bit wavy, that's fine. You just want to make sure it's all kind of together.
Are you doing it on your leg? See, that might hold. Hold a little bit. Oh, it's a little off. Yeah.
Actually, that's better because
Yeah.
well, the,
Cause it hangs on to the fibers of your pants a bit,
but it.
better than the table, yeah,
It lets the curves unravel.
I think maybe. It still wants to curve.
Yeah, it's okay. And again, it doesn't have to be
You
perfect
could always.
right
work out
away.
more
You
later,
can always,
yeah.
yeah, brush it out
At
more.
home.
It's okay.
here, you wanna swap back for a while?
I don't mind either. Whichever one you find easiest to use.
Okay.
Is it Humana has silver sneakers? I believe, doesn't it? I believe.
I hope we're possibly sure it's a silver fit.
It's
Yes.
what?
Silver and fit.
Oh,
I think my husband has Blue Shield here, but I think in Louisiana before he moved, he had United. He's been in the news.
uh-huh.
We'll switch back.
I switched.
Okay. How are we doing? Is it mostly
We're
brushed
almost
out?
done on that. Right, guys?
I'm like unraveling each one individually, so I'm fine.
You're doing the hard one.
Okay.
Here.
See if I could just get a little bit of it to go,
Yeah, so it looks a bit like ours.
especially in the middle part.
We
The
still
middle
want
part,
them-
you can't really brush out after, right?
No.
So,
You want them to remain in 3 separate strands?
no, you can put them all
Amalgamate?
together, yeah.
Okay.
You need the middle part. He's out.
That's all that.
If you want the middle part, especially kind of brushed out, if at the end you still have this at the very end, you can always brush that out, but I just have the.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah,
What the heck, right?
okay.
It worked. Yeah. Just have to hold on tight.
All right, you know, that's fine, I just not mind you going a little bit. So. Okay, so once you have your cord, and again, mine's not fully brushed out, the middle part is more brushed out, so I'm just gonna start there, okay? You wanna just take your pieces that are all together and just divide them in half, okay? So your ropes were put together, kind of divided in half. They're all tangled,
Here.
okay?
Okay, I think, is mine okay?
Yeah, that's fine,
All right, just
okay?
do that. As
So
long as we get-
take half of the amount of your rope that you just brushed, and you're going to place it on one side
Oh,
of your angel head. And you're gonna line it up so that it's halfway right there, okay? So if you guys can see on this one, I brushed out the middle part because the middle part right there is what's kind of like attaching right now, and so I won't be able to brush that out later, right? So that's one
You
half,
take one half of the yarn, so to speak, or
Yeah.
string,
the string that you just did.
and you want to loop it over
Yeah,
to the left of the head. The left, we should say, of the neck.
of the neck, yes. And your head might pop up a little bit in the middle, but that's fine. So that's one side that's attached.
And this string here underneath, is that just lay like that? or
No,
should I
this
cut it?
this string goes up. This
Oh.
is the handle, right?
See, I almost put the wrong spot.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
goes straight up, and then this neck is on one side.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then I'm gonna take the other chunk of rope and I'm gonna bring it through. And I just want these to be evened out on the bottom. Mine looks really stringy because I haven't brushed it out, but that's fine.
So we need about 1.5 of these things on
Right.
each side.
Yes. Okay.
Each side of the neck.
All right. So then by the end though, you kind of want it to look like these are blended together. So on mine, you see how that's two sides
Yeah.
right here and they just kind of blend. So when you put them together, just kind of brush them together a little bit right here, just so it looks like one piece, not two separate sections. Okay.
Okay.
So right here, see mine still looks like two pieces. So just get your brush, and I don't have a brush, but I'm gonna try to like make these look a little bit more like they're together.
You can use this for a second. if you want to.
Thanks.
We all share.
So I'm holding this so it doesn't really move on the back. Okay, gripping it. And then I'm just kind of brushing this just so it looks a little bit more uniform. You could do the same thing in the back, but the back is gonna be covered with a hair, so it doesn't really matter. Okay,
She's gonna have hair.
Yeah.
She'll be a very elegant.
okay. I wanna just make sure my ropes are fairly even here.
Minor mess. Okay.
I think I could pull some of mine up. And we're gonna trim this a little too, so it's okay if it's not like perfectly even.
But even as much as we can. Okay.
Yeah, just kind of even them out because this is gonna be way too long anyway. So
Good.
once we have these two together and you kind of brush this down to make the chest. Okay, this is where you take that small, like little golden rope and we're making the waist. So I just kind of draped it around, leaving long tail here, a few inches. Okay. And I'm just gonna wrap it around, not too tight. I mean, we don't wanna make her waist super tiny. And then you can choose to just have this string in the front to make like a little bow, or you can have it go to the back. Okay, I'm just gonna put mine in the back. And of course, later, if you want to change the color on this one or like add a different color, you can, but
It looks angelic.
right now I'm just,
Nice and gold.
yeah, the gold and the white. Okay. So just so it's
You
a
can
little
just
bit more
do
subtle.
A double tie on the back.
Can you go around it twice?
Yeah, I went around it 2 or 3 times. Okay.
It looks like she's doing ballet with her hands up now.
Yeah. So she has a
Extra
very
circle.
scraggly, which I kind of like how it looks, but it's a little bit extra scraggly. So I'll brush this out later and that's fine. It'll come together. Okay. So on mine, you can see the difference in the height. And again, if you want to leave yours a little longer, you can, you know.
So you
depending on
made
how this
both.
looks. Yeah. It just depends on how long you want your wings to be and, you know, everything else. Okay.
Nuggets, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a matter of brushing out the section right there, yeah.
You just give us a second here. You go ahead.
It's fine.
I'll try to help you with the brushing out. It's quite stubborn.
You have to brush aggressively, okay?
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. You're too gentle and coming. That's what my husband will say when I'm concerned. I said, look, can you open this? Because I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. He'll open it real fast. He says, you gotta be, what does he say?
Aggressive?
Yeah, he says, you gotta treat it like it's, you know, your boss. It's like, I'm worried it's gonna break.
It's like, I don't want to break my hand either.
That at least is a good start. And then along with the others, maybe you kind of separate a little bit. Okay.
Yeah,
That
I'll
can be your
definitely try to get a
half
couple
one or
more of those
something. And that kind
cones.
of gets rid of the, some of the wave to it. You see, mine's kind of a little meh on the bottom, but that's okay, because we're gonna cut some of that off. So it can be a little bit messy at the bottom, right, Sonia?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
It's going back to.
Oh, but it's good you got it over the shoulders, because we could probably comb it out more even at
Yeah,
home, right?
that's fine. Don't worry about that. You guys don't have
As
to.
long as over the shoulders, it's come together. I think that's what we need to do.
Yeah. So as long as you're at this point, you know, even if the bottom's not brushed out, that's okay.
Yeah, you take the fingers through it.
Okay, so now we'll see if we can kind of combine this one, so I'm trying to get the wave out of it, with this one. Now, see, once you put over the shoulder, you comb it a little bit more. Go ahead and put that over one of the shoulders and I'll come up your last one. It's got some of the other ones. Oh, this is what we're gonna fix this. Yeah, hopefully.
Have I got too much? Have I got more than you do?
It doesn't matter if one's a little bit more than the other.
There we go.
They're about, just as long as they're about the same.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna come around with the pieces for the hair. Yes, if you want to start unraveling those, you can, but this is the hair piece.
So we're gonna have these right here.
Yes, you're gonna unravel those. Those are gonna be for the wings. Sometime, let's see, 11:30. Well, oh wow, we already went now. Okay. Awesome. For your hair.
It's always good for knowing next time, I guess, too.
Yeah.
Well, the other stuff. Oh, it's so good.
Well, it's more.
See if I can put this together. And you put your little form. Well, the bond is happening.
Yeah.
And she said the back is gonna be covered with hair. So there.
So
Okay.
I gave you guys the two pieces for the hair, but if you want to use the other rope for the hair, you can. It's up to you, really, what you want to do. It's just easier because those are already kind of chunky and they're already divided in half.
Want to pull it in?
These two pieces right here.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I think it looks better.
Do you want me to type it?
Yeah, please.
Sometimes it takes a village.
Think it's okay.
Thank you for everything.
They'll take these two, take all of them.
Yeah, this is for the hair.
Okay, so that is, let's see.
Okay, I just started unraveling those for the
No,
next
it's
part.
the pieces, those pieces there.
Oh,
Yeah,
these
these
ones.
two thick
Thank you,
pieces.
thank
Okay.
you. And just unravel them, how much?
Just brush them out just the way that we just did for the rope.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I'm pinching one side, unraveling it.
I'm starting to work up a sweat here.
Yeah.
So do we need to brush these out as well?
Yeah, brush them out.
The two hair ones.
Mhm.
I see her hair is looking hairy. It's pretty though, coming off of the table. Oh, these are easier, blessedly easier.
Okay. And then we're going to also need the thread, which I have here. Yeah, I think if I were to do this again, I would just do like one or two ones. Here's a long thread. It's gonna be for the hair.
Or this is the one that takes it long.
Yeah, the brushing out.
It's worth it to have such a pretty result.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. And if you want to leave the hair more wavy, you can, you know, like it doesn't have to be super straight.
Get started.
Guess it's easier.
Yeah,
His fingers go first.
that's what Martha's doing.
Separate them, because that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way you don't have to use so much force to like separate the bigger chunks. Okay. So mine are sort of brushed through. Okay. See one of the combs, or just so I can get a little bit of mine raveled. I'm not too worried about making it perfectly and you know, smooth. I'm just trying to get.
But we do want to amalgamate them as well, right? Put them together like.
No, actually, you're
You want
gonna
to keep them in
these-
threes?
there should be two sections. Okay.
I'm
So
sorry, two sections.
two,
There were two.
Oh, well, I put mine
I've got
together.
three. Apparently I have three.
yeah, there should have been two, but that's okay. As long as we have enough hair to cover the head, it's okay,
Alrighty.
right? Okay, so I'm gonna
Maybe
have
I
you
can
guys
separate
take
it
this
accidentally.
thin string that I just cut for you guys, okay? So I want you to take this string so we can get it going here, and we're gonna put this string and we're gonna just tie it to this rope that's right on top of the head, okay?
What's
So I gave you guys this thin string,
It's just a thread. Oh, here. That's for sure.
and this, I'm just gonna make a regular knot, okay? And right on the middle, it's gonna just tie onto the top of the head, okay? And I'm gonna place, where is it? I'm gonna place this hair and I'm taking half of it. Okay,
Do
you
we
can-
double knot it, by the way?
I just did one, it's fine.
Just a loop. Okay.
I'm taking half, maybe a little, no, half is fine. Taking half, and I'm gonna put this chunk of hair right across this diagonally like this. Okay. And then I'm going to, right in the middle, okay? And then I'm gonna take this string and tie it. Okay. And it's just resting on the top there. You guys need more time to comb out the hair?
Just get probably give this a little bit more hair.
Okay. Yeah, mine's not totally combed out yet, so
No, it doesn't have to be perfect.
it's okay if it's not all the way.
Just so that they're kind of that all the different fronds are a bit more amalgamated.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Next, then we separate it.
Mhm.
Hairbrush moving in.
Got a hairbrush, I don't know if it works or not. Yours is, huh?
Yeah, but it's just a little personal.
Okay. Okay. How are we doing? We have the first part.
Then you want to separate this in half. Then we could comb these out a little later if we should so desire. Is that true?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so then,
And I see these angels made with different color just for the hair. That looks pretty nice.
that's right, exactly, just like
And then
that.
how that? How,
Just right on top.
And just a loop, right?
And again, try to make this hair attached to the top of that, like close to the top of that little rope in there.
Okay,
So when you just tie it, you don't have to double knot it. Just tie it lightly like
and
that.
it should be at the top of the head.
It should just be kind of placed at the top of the crown of the head. Okay. All right. How are we doing? Got it? Okay. Now we're going to take the whole thing and we're going to flip it over.
well, did you take the other half and fit it the other way? Not yet?
Okay.
Okay.
I took the whole thing and I flipped it over, right?
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Then I'm going to pull out the threads through this loop, right? If I can get it.
The southwest,
The ones that went through, right? See, I get, this is what we just did, right? Okay. So there, just kind of leave the string so you can see it. So it's like crisscrossing. So I just flipped it over and I want to just bring these threads through. So you can try to pinch them or however you want to do it. Bring these threads
Use
through a little part of the comb or something to pull them out.
yeah, in the northeast and southwest positions, they come.
Yes. And then the same thing, the hair, you want to just place it the other way. You can do it the opposite direction. It really doesn't matter. You're going to fold it all down anyway. Okay. And then I'm going to tie this, just a regular knot,
I see hair coming together.
tie it down. And it looks all crazy right now. Okay. This one I am going to do a double knot.
Okay.
Just so it doesn't come loose. So I'm tightening it. Making that double knot. Okay. So then now what we want to do is just kind of like bring this together. I'm going to hide these long strings. I'll show you what you can do with the long string if you want to make like a ponytail. But this hair will,
At the back.
this is the back of the head, right? And then at the front, see how the side part is kind of like on the side? It's at an angle here. So you can choose to tuck your hair and have all of it going back. Okay. I've seen, people do different hairstyles. They make a little ponytail, they make braids, even like tiny little braids. Okay. So if for example, I wanted to use some of this extra string, the thread, and make a ponytail back here, I could. And that'll just it kind of just keeps the hair out of the way while you're doing the wings.
So for now, maybe push it to the back.
Yes, so for
Okay.
now, I would just push it to the back, and if you want to just
Pull that,
make a little
Those parts forward
ponytail.
another time we could do. Got it.
Yeah, so I'm just like making a really light, loose ponytail, just to keep that thread like out of the way, okay? So you could decorate, you could put a little bow back there or something, but in general, the hair is gonna lay across the face like this. Okay. And that's gonna be the hair for the angel. Hey, if you guys have a different kind of rope, you don't have to use this thicker rope, right? You could always just combine the other one, multiple strands, and use it the same way.
I could find my thread. It looks just like the hair.
Yeah, it's like a hiding there.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
I like that.
So, on this one, I tied the hair also, but if you wanted to have it loose, you could just cut that little knot and do whatever you want to do with the hair. Okay,
So we just kind of tie the pony, the hair at the, near the top of the head, basically on the back.
Mhm.
So that was not the thread.
yeah,
I'll just use a piece of her hair because that thread is being elusive.
okay. So once you get that done, what you're gonna start doing is taking your longer pieces, the white ones, and you're just gonna unravel them, but you're not gonna brush them out. You're just going to leave them unraveled. So there's 3 sections, okay, in this rope. So you're gonna take out all these sections, just gently unravel them. And this is gonna be used for the wings.
Okay, my girl, like, looks like she's come from Texas. Her hair is a little bit big on top. Fair not live there for a little bit. Yeah, I guess
Okay.
let me put your glasses on. Okay, yeah, you gotta go around the face a bit more, but it doesn't matter. I can push it down more later.
The hair is really
Okay.
easy to adjust a
We'll
little
figure
bit
that out
later.
later.
So if
Alright.
it's not in the perfect spot right now,
So
You
these,
know.
we take these apart.
yes.
But leave them in sections of, like, just leave them in their sections.
Yeah, so when you unravel it, it should make 3 little ropes.
Very good.
Okay.
See Maria over there, she's a superior woman. She got
Alright.
that done earlier.
Yeah.
She gets bonus points.
Are you supposed to have them in 6 different ones?
If you pull on them, they actually come across, pull apart fairly well.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
just take. Yeah,
They just push.
But are we supposed to keep them?
I think we can put them all together for now. There you go. Okay. Doing it.
Just take your time to unravel them.
They can part of these.
Yeah.
How are we doing? All unraveled?
Almost.
Okay. So it's okay. So these are gonna be making the wings. So just try to get your angel just kind of like everything out down in one direction. And starting with one of your cords, this is actually just kind of how we made the first wreath. So we're just going to take half of it like this. Okay. Take the middle part and you just want to start wherever you can get it through the ring. Okay. Okay, so see, this is like how we made the ear, right? And then we just want to pinch it through that loop.
Both ends?
Grab both ends,
Gotcha.
pull it through, and then bring it down towards the bottom.
Oh, down to the armpit. Got it.
Yeah, like towards the armpit. This will be the bottom of the wing.
Well, let's see. I would probably do that all the way around with the different strings.
Yeah. Actually, I think it kind of looks better the other way. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So basically, do the same thing. I'm just going to flip it backwards just to make the rope come out the other way.
So that we've just got the double band on the armpit. Like that? You just want that showing just the double band, or do you want something different on the front?
You can have the end showing. So,
Okay, I got the end showing there. Gotcha.
so I'm just going to flip it so that's on the back side. Okay. And I'll just show you the difference. It's really a slight difference. So if I were to pull it, this front view, if this is the front, like if this is what's
this-
view,
that's
you're
what I
going to
got,
see the
yeah.
gap. And in the wreath that we made initially, we kind of wanted to see that gap. Okay. But I don't want the gap to show on the front of this one this time. So that's why I just flipped it over. See, so now it's more like 2 ropes together. Okay.
2 ropes together
Yeah.
with the band. Okay, so I'm
So
gonna
that's-
reverse what we just did. And instead of putting
Yeah.
in the top,
Yeah. Sorry. I should have started
No,
it
it's
that
okay.
way. So just flip your angel over the other way and do this. So I'll do it one more time just so you guys can see it, okay?
Thank you.
I'm taking
From the back,
the rope, folding it in half. I'm putting it through the ring.
on the back though,
Yes, this is the back of the head.
through the ring, got it.
And then I'm gonna be making that little loop ear and then pinching the rope through. And this one, we're just gonna make sure we pull it tight.
Yeah, and now that's true.
Okay.
So it should look like that on the back.
Okay.
Or do you want to look like that on the front? You don't care, doesn't matter. You've got
That's-
yours on the back.
That's
So I've got
fine,
mine on the
yes.
back.
Okay, so we're just gonna keep going. On each side, we're gonna put half on one side and half on the other,
Okay,
okay? So if you wanna split your little ropes up, you can. There should be, I think, 9 on each side. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see if I did that right. 6. 1, 2, 3. Might have some extra. Okay. But either way, we just want to fill up the side. So I'm gonna again divide it in half. Put it through.
we're just happy we don't have to comb it.
You're gonna comb this too.
Oh, no, that's right, we are. Oh, well. If we do that.
Yeah, if you
3,
need more
4.
time to comb it, that's fine. Half, fold it in half, putting it through.
Is it 9 on each side?
10,
Yeah, 9 on each side.
9,
11,
10. There you might have extra in there. I think I may have put extra.
13. I have 15 total. 7.5 on each side. How did, I guess I had 5 strings? Maybe I only had.
I could
Oh, there it
I
is.
could have put some extra
Nope,
ones
that's
in
not
there or
it.
something.
Is that it, right?
Thank you for coming today and showing me how to
Well,
do
thank
things
you for
right.
helping me.
We help each other.
Right.
60, 70, 18 on each side. There you go. We lost without you. There you go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
It's fun to do.
5.
It's detailed, but it's
Yeah.
really neat. You can see it coming together.
So I'm gonna just flip it over to the other side just so you guys can see it.
Yeah, got some Medusa going on there.
Okay,
What if you didn't want all of it?
and so you could
Oh, yeah.
leave these,
It'll be up to us for more.
you could leave them like that, but then your angel wings are just gonna like all bunch together. So, I mean, and then they will kind of bunch together.
That's why we wanna,
So
comb them.
these are not combed out, these top parts, but this part is.
yeah.
So
It
you
looks
kind
really
of,
pretty.
want it to look like the angel wings. And you
But they're
know,
more gossamer. Yeah.
if you have like a little bit of like hairspray or a little bit of starch or something, you can kind of flatten these out a little bit and just kind of
If you
have
want
them
them to
lay.
go out more.
Yeah. So what it is, it's basically the wings are gonna come down, and then when we're done with brushing it out, we're just gonna trim it to give it that shape of the angel wing.
Yeah.
Okay, so on this side I trimmed it, but I decided to add more on the top here, so I need to fix that and finish brushing it out. Okay, so you can see the shape of the angel wing. It will kind of line up a little bit with the dress, be a little bit shorter than the dress.
It's really pretty.
Okay, so that's how it's looking on this side. Pulling these tight. So I'm gonna go to the back again. I don't know, something about working with a cotton just feels so like satisfying, like feels like cozy. Yeah, maybe because it's just like a natural fiber. It just kind of feels like you're playing with a sweater or something. And so the hair, you know, I didn't really want to fuss with the hair because you kind of need to move it around to get it out of the way as you're
You have
doing
to
your
mess with
wings.
it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna connect the hot glue gun so we can just like, you know, make little bows and stuff. For the rest of them.
Oh, my girl's just got a top knot now. Her hair is like, it's got a top knot. Look at that. Yes,
It's like one of those troll dolls.
right?
Maybe this one will work, hopefully not mess up my scissors too much. Oh, you know what, maybe we can use Band-Aid.
Do you do a lot of macrame?
No, actually, I just started doing macrame. And once I started doing it, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna problem. It's actually nice to nice.
Sonia says, when she masters something, she loses interest and moves on to the next craft.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I know, I've been doing a lot of jewelry lately, and so I've been wanting to do jewelry with classes too, and yeah, this is not even a work with scissors. This is exceptionally strong,
Yeah.
whatever this is. Okay, so I'm not gonna bother with that. I thought you guys could maybe add that to the wreath, but
We could take a piece home with us.
yeah, if you wanna take one home and use some wire cutters for it, that's fine. You can attach it to whatever part you want, but I'm just gonna, I brought these little bells if you wanted to add it to
Right.
the wreath too. And then any of these ribbons and oh, not this one. This ribbon gets unraveled really easily, so if you guys could try to leave the plastic in here. With this one, that would be great.
One of the ladies was gonna do a group, but there wasn't many people signed up, so it was.
Oh, yeah, I know, I had my ornament one. Nobody really showed up for that, so.
What ornament was that?
It's the little fox, that's like. a
Oh,
painted
yeah, the
ornament.
wooden, we're all probably afraid of that painting.
Yeah. And I was gonna bring things to trace and everything too, so there you go. So if you could just leave the plastic on this. And so this is kind of a nice one for, doing the ties of all the ornaments and making them look a little bit.
You know, maybe
Decorating.
Sonia, you could put that on your next class, just write down, you don't have to be an artist, you can trace the design.
Yeah,
Then more people will think that they.
I know. And I've written on there like, you know, beginning, beginning drawing or like easy
Yeah.
drawing. And it's like, people are still a little bit
If they hear
intimidated.
tracing, that will make them think they can do it. I would, that's how I think.
Tracing, yeah, okay. I'll have to use that keyword
I
then.
think so. Don't have to be an artist, you can trace the design. Girlfriend, you are coming along.
Are you interested in silk embroidery or in any kind of embroidery?
It might be neat to try that. It's just, I know they have one Friday. I can
Yeah.
look at it, but I live 53 minutes away. So I have to kind of determine how often I'm willing to do the drive.
Yeah.
But you enjoy that, do you? So embroidery?
Yeah, that one looks so pretty.
Well, I like she does wool felt embroidery. I like that really pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty. 17.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know why I made this bow so tiny, but you could do a bigger bow, much easier to make it. With the two ribbons,
Oh, that looks pretty.
you can do the little bells on there if you wanted the bells or whatever else I brought, whatever other goodies. I kind of like the angel without too much embellishment just because it kind of like distracts from the overall
Yeah.
structure of it, but it's up to you guys how much you want to decorate
The
it.
monochromatic.
Yeah, the tree doesn't really need too much. I think I would just put like a little ribbon. I wish I brought some gold, but. White and red together. Or maybe I'll use this Merry Christmas one.
Okay, so once we got our hair on,
Yeah.
Except this, I know we need to trim her, but
Yeah, so at this point, you can decide, okay, how long is this gonna be, and you can trim maybe like that much or a little less. And then you can brush this out either now or at home or whatever, and then you can and just get the angel wings shaped. So all you're gonna do to shape the angel wings when you do this, I'll show you guys on here, is just kind of brush them downwards in the way that you think that they're gonna kind of fall. And then once they're all brushed out, then I just want to cross, and then I would just,
It's kind of at an angle maybe, okay, so it's tapered.
yeah,
but-
so it's
okay.
like, you know, maybe curved a little bit. So I don't have them all brushed out yet, so I can't really see, but just trying to keep it all like at an angle. Okay. All right, I was gonna do these.
And that actually will probably serve to tighten up the knots too, the single knots on each of these, the loops that we put on when we
Yes,
added the link.
yeah, and when you pull on it, you know, it'll keep it all together.
Oh, they were so much easier.
All
This is
right.
the easiest of all so far.
Which one?
Can I get a hallelujah? The wings, angel wings are the easiest.
Oh, yeah, because it's the really soft cotton, right?
It
The
is.
other one was kind of more raggedy, so. All right, I'm just gonna put a little bit of embellishment in here.
Yeah, be a little bit more. See how it's come together quicker?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll have to tell the senior center, they should maybe play some Christmas music, even instrumental. If, I don't know, I guess each room would be different. You'd have to bring your own.
Yeah, I don't know what they're playing out there, or who plays it.
Shells and music, it's what's outside.
Oh, okay,
That's nice.
all right, so that's a little bow there.
Oh, see good?
Just to kind of spice it up.
And then finishes it on. And try that, finish off, so it's easy. Like this. You did the whole time. Right on your leg like that, yeah. See, good job. That's what my husband would say, be too gentle,
Mhm.
a strong arm. It's much. And I turn it over. Nothing makes it. Try to get it right.
Size belt.
Red belts too. Good to see you. When you do it, it helps to kind of give us an idea of what we can do, so that's good.
Yeah. So the bells, I'm just attaching them to the tree here.
Funny that hair wants to be attached. I mean, wings want to be attached.
Yeah, that's why, you know, when you take it home, maybe a little bit of spritz of a
Oh, that's why you mentioned that.
spray or something, hairspray or like
And that kind of makes it stick together.
Mhm.
Oh, very good.
All right, so that's maybe what I would do for the tree.
Did you say?
My string for my hair.
Yeah, mine's just hanging around. I just. Okay, so are we basically done our angel, other than cutting her
Yeah,
down?
you
Yeah.
can, you
cutting
can
her
trim
down.
it up, but, you could just want to decorate however you want to decorate your other.
Do you know in the Bible, all the angels are male? There is no female angel.
Oh, really? I
referred to.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I just.
Gabriel
heard
and
that recently. Yeah. This all male. Isn't that interesting? And the
That
ones
is,
who were
I never
Jesus'
realized
tombs, they were male as well. Created beings.
All right.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do that for a little bit. maybe cut off some of the ragtag at the bottom. Taking off more. Let's see if the length on yours. Oh, yeah, so yours is, you took off quite.
Yeah, I took off quite a
can
bit.
see that. I didn't take off.
And it just depends, you know, kind of hold it up. in
I
the
can
air
tell,
and see.
it's just definitely gonna take quite a bit more.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this recording here, because I think we're all good. Let's see, and